am I?
Come with me if you want to not die.
What is happening?
You're the special, and the prophecy states that you're the most important person in the universe. That's you, right?
Yes. That's me.
Yeah, I don't mean to start out a review for a family movie this way, but fuck you, Hasbro.
Why you say that, man?
Fuck, man, this is how you make a toy movie, all right? Fuck that old battleship shit. Fuck G.I. Joe.
Well, it helps that if you're going to make a toy movie that you use actual toys.
Exactly.
You know, that is the problem with G.I. Joe, is that they keep trying to use real people. It's like, this is based on dolls.
Exactly. So, fuck He-Man too. All that. I mean, thing is, they already made G.I. Joe and He-Man the right way. They did it on Robot Chicken.
Right.
That's how it should have been done.
You're absolutely right.
That's how you do it.
Team America. That's a G.I. Joe movie for you.
That's the real G.I. Joe movie. Those guys got it right. I can't speak for all those other toys, so I'm sorry. This is the way a Lego property should be done.
Well, the interesting thing is because Legos, Legos used to be blocks. Mm-hmm. Blocks, maybe a couple of wheels thrown in there, and a few specialty parts. But then in the last 20 years, Lego stepped up their game. They said, hey, we need to make these where you can actually build cities that look like cities. Okay, fuck that. Not only are we going to do that, we're going to get some licensed property. Hey, what would you think about Lego Star Wars?
Oh, hell
what?
Yeah.
Lego Batman. What?
Damn.
Lego Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter.
What? Shit. Kids are just loot. Kids are pissing on themselves by that point.
Yep. So now Lego, they are a big player. Lego's walking around smoking a big cigar.
It's only going to be a matter of time before cities are actually built out of Legos.
Right.
Right now, you can buy some Lego property. If you want to, you can buy a house made out of Legos.
Completely modular. But that's the thing. Like, okay, now they got these licensed properties. It's like, well, the next thing to do is, hey, we co-opted the movies. Now it's time for us to make our own movie with these properties that we have the license to.
And see, that's the right idea. I'm amazed at Lego has come so far that Lego has become an art. You got people building cars.
Right.
I walked into a store one day. I was greeted by a big-ass, life-size Lego Darth Vader.
Man, that's one of my favorite things at Comic-Con is to see those superhero statues that are built completely out of Legos.
Oh, isn't that great?
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is that Darth Vader actually picked me up by my throat. Your lack of faith in Legos disturbed me. But here's the thing. I'm not going to even let Lego off the hook on this because out of all the properties that Lego has done so far, I think that this movie finally captures the true nature of what it is like to play with Legos. And I'm talking about, I'm looking at the list right here I made, that Ninjago.
Ninjago.
No, I'm about to say Ninjago Unchained. And I'm going to even throw the games in there. All that CG stuff that they've been doing, Lego Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean, Batman,
right?
Lord of the Rings. I mean, I know that they made games out of these. Well, I don't know if they made one out of Lord of the Rings, but I know that they made a Lego Batman, Pirates of the Caribbean, Star Wars games.
Yeah, I played those.
And
I even played I think I had the Lego Harry Potter game at home.
Oh, that's right, they do, and they're not bad games, and kids love them. I mean,
right.
it's a very popular franchise, but still, when I played those games, because I played a couple of them, I played the Star Wars, the new generation, that bullshit ass, and
the prequels, yeah,
the prequels, yes, and then I played the Pirates of the Caribbean Star Wars. They were fun.
Lego.
I mean, sorry, Lego. Yeah. I'm so mad. I'm mixing two properties now.
You got some kid going, wait, they made that?
Actually, with Legos, you can't do that.
That's true.
But I played those, and they didn't really capture what it was like to play Legos. I thought Minecraft captured that more than anything. But this movie right here, it's animated, I'm sure, with CG.
Sure.
But it's made to look like stop motion.
Right.
So it looks like you're actually playing with the toys.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they do things. You had those kids that built stuff out of Legos, and I was the asshole who came in and just tore it all up. And it's cool to see them not ignore that part in the movie. I just went and just broke everything up.
Well, what's funny to me is that they showed me a side of things that I would not have thought of normally.
Uh-huh.
Because basically, like, with the plot of the movie, where the villain is like, I'm tired of all this genre mixing.
Yes.
We gonna build I'm gonna get power so we can build Legos the right way. Star Wars, you stay over there.
Yes.
Lord of the Rings, you stay over there. Just regular cities, we gonna stay here and we're gonna keep it that way. if I gotta lock things down tightly, Gandalf and the Millennium Falcon, that's not gonna work. Get that over there.
You can't have no mixing of the Legos. I don't like the
I'm a Lego segregationist.
Inner Lego mixing. I hate that.
But it took this movie to show me the error of my ways.
Yes, I'm glad it did, man. You were a Lego racist before.
I was.
I'm glad this movie was the Martin Luther King of Legos for you. That's all we were missing. We should have had a little Martin Luther King Lego figure in this too.
Why? So he gets shot? Come on.
I got a trivia question about that later.
Uh-oh.
This is what I liked about it. The story is just what you said. You have this character called Lord Business.
Right.
He's a big corporate guy, and a Lego racist. You're right. He's a segregationist. I don't want any of the mixing of the genres. And to do that, I have this secret weapon called the Graggle, the Crackle.
The Craggle.
The Craggle. Crackle's a candy bar.
Yeah.
The Craggle. And he says and that is the secret weapon that's going to make Legos stay where they are, because pretty much once I put your ass down the spot, you're not going to be able to move.
Right. Because you got some Legos called the Master Builders. They just come along, they just grab pieces, and they put together a badass rocket ship,
yes,
or a dragster that can fly, and and the hovercraft too.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I got to take them out.
Oh yeah.
They got to go. You got to go. Hey, you gonna help me?
Yes.
And once the time is upon us, everything is going to be locked down like I want it to be.
Yeah, have your ass literally on lockdown. But as these stories go, there is a hero.
Yes.
Who is usually the underdog, the most ordinary person that you would never see play such a big role in an epic as this.
Think of Luke Skywalker in the first 10 minutes of Star Wars. Where he's just like some dumbass farm boy.
Exactly.
How is this kid going to save the universe?
And that is Emmett. Emmett is voiced by Chris Pratt. He's just so happy that he's oblivious to everything. He's so happy that people, when he hangs around with other people, they say, we didn't even know he was here.
Right. He's so eager to fit in that he's Mr. Generic.
Yes.
Generic to the point of being completely invisible to everybody.
But the wizard Vesuvius, whatever his name is, Vindictus.
Morgan Freeman is.
Morgan Freeman. He played God once before. He's God of Legos right now. He comes in
Vesuvius, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The prophecy says that this dumbass over here is going to come out and help set all the Legos free in their time of need.
It's pretty much the Matrix.
It is. It is.
Which I was like, they must not have a license to the Matrix, because this is pretty much that same exact story.
It pretty much is.
They even have those squiddies flying around trying to capture him. And like even a tough girl in black leather who's like, I think you're the one, and come along with me.
Oh, yeah. Wild Style, voiced by Elizabeth Banks.
Uh-huh.
And when you say that this is the Matrix in a way, it truly is, man, because when I was watching the movie, they were putting in so many elements that we see in these kind of stories, and they present them as you would expect them to be presented in a film such as this, or a story such as this. But once you learn what all this stuff means, there's a double meaning to it that is so clever that you start to forgive the movie for, at least for what I thought was going to be sort of a hackneyed approach to this kind of tale.
I'm actually glad to hear you say that, because when we saw it, like everybody was so madly in love with it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about adults, like laughing really hard. And I felt like through it all, I was like, I like the idea of what's going on, and then they have a lot of clever moments, but the jokes themselves were not working for me. Like to me, like almost every joke was just too quick and falling flat. And I was like, dang, I wish I could enjoy this like everybody else does.
Yeah.
Until it gets to the big reveal of what it was all about. And I almost stood up and clapped. I was like, ha ha, that is awesome.
I'm going to tell you people something. When you were saying it's the Matrix, Martin, this movie is still fucking with my head right now.
Right.
I'm asking all kind of existential questions after seeing this movie. I know you're thinking, wait a minute, from a Lego movie? Now Corey, I know your mind is bad. I know you a dumb motherfucker, but Martin, you agreeing with this? And do you know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what
I know. It's one of those things like, man, I can't tell you. And I know that those make people like, oh, I figured it out early. It's like, shut up.
You didn't.
No, you didn't. And if you did, you didn't really get it. But yeah, it was just one of those, I was like, wow, man, it was one of those things that made me go, I actually feel like I need to watch this again with this knowledge now.
I felt the same way because, well, as I was watching it, this thing, the block of permanence or whatever, the grackle or whatever,
the craggle. Come on, how could you forget that name? Because you think about what it means when you find out.
Yeah, and see, that is, you have to just kind of wait. I mean, some people are gonna love it no matter what because you've been looking for this movie. But if you come in there and you're a sourpuss like us through half of the movie, just give it time because it's not even at the end of the movie that these reveals
it's not at
happen.
the very end.
It's piece by piece. They start to show these things and the meaning behind them, and you say, man, like Legos, they fit so perfectly together. And I'm gonna tell you something. Another thing that irritated me about this, that eventually I said, oh, I get it. Have no doubt. This movie's a commercial for Warner Brothers because the movie is
it's all Warner Brothers properties
It is
in there. You know, you got the Justice League. I mean, I'm surprised they were able to sneak Star Wars in for pretty much a cameo. But but you know, the DC superheroes are all over this. Like if you saw the trailers and you like, ooh, Batman Lego. I hope he's in there for some of it. He's in there for almost all of it.
No, he ain't. That ain't no cameo.
It's not. He comes really close to stealing the whole movie. I expected him to just pack that movie into the bat plane and fly off at one point.
And it's Will Arnett doing the voice.
And he does a great Batman.
And he does a great Batman. I mean, he's growling through that whole thing, man. But
I mean, that's Will Arnett's voice anyway. He ain't even got to put nothing on it.
I mean, you hear it. You ain't gonna say, man, that's Batman. You're gonna say, man, that's Will Arnett doing Batman. I know you. Quit trying to hide behind that. But I mean, Warner Brothers is not hiding at all. I mean, they are hitting you in the face with, we got a Justice League movie coming out.
Yeah.
Now y'all, this is a preview right here. If anybody doubts that we are not doing a Justice League movie, we rebooting Green Lantern.
Right.
Wonder Woman's gonna be in it. I mean, all this shit is true. If you don't believe the internet or us, believe these goddamn Legos right here. It's happening. They're getting you set up.
It's true because they shoehorn the Justice League in there where like they don't even have to be here for this. Come on,
man. There's a point where, I mean, Batman is used well because this is one of my complaints. If there's they make it such a commercial. They're doing all these clever things with all these other Legos, but Superman and Green Lantern, they ain't there for no reason but other than for Warner Brothers to say, we making this movie.
And they got your boyfriend to do the voice of Superman.
Channing Tatum. You didn't think I knew that, did you? I paid special attention to that. In fact, I can't wait to get that Lego figure and turn it into Magic Mike. I'm going to make my Magic Mike Lego set. I'm going to paint that body skin color, put some pecs on it. But that's another thing. That's just an opportunity to get a celebrity voice to come in,
right.
Man. Those two characters, Wonder Woman, I would even throw Wonder Woman in there. I say, man, they really don't use those things.
No, they don't.
And they just, because they know that they have the license to do it. Star Wars, on the other hand, when they brought Star Wars, that's not even their property.
I know. I'm surprised they were able to do that.
That was so funny what they did with those characters.
Yeah,
man.
they did.
But
yeah, they get a lot of their best gags off of Batman.
Yeah, they do. They do. And as Batman went on the movie, it went from irritating me at first. I really was irritated because I said, you're just throwing this in here because it's popular and you have you have license to the character. But when he wouldn't go anywhere, when he didn't leave.
Right.
And the more he didn't leave and the more of a dick he was. Because Batman truly is a dick in this movie. I mean, not completely, but
no, he's not like the villain or anything.
No, not at all.
Relax, everybody. I'm here. Batman! What's up, babe?
Babe!
What?
Oh, sorry, Batman. This is Emmett. Emmett, this is my boyfriend, Batman.
I'm Batman.
That's your boyfriend?
Hey, babe.
What?
Let's hold hands.
So, hey guys, I think we're about to crash into the sun.
Yeah, but it's gonna look really cool.
But Will Arnett, I mean, he plays a dick in almost everything.
I think that's what he really is in life, man. I just think he's an asshole now. I know him and Amy Poehler got divorced, and I'm right now saying it was his fault. You did this.
See,
shit.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't want to gossip.
I gossip.
you don't care.
I don't care. You did this. It's your fault.
Come on, Yana, listen to his voice. You know he was in the wrong.
I mean, even if he's not doing anything wrong, he just sounds like a douchebag. Hey, good morning, honey. How you doing? I made you breakfast. You made me breakfast? What you mean by that? What kind of smart ass shit is that? But I tell you, the directors of this and the writers of the screenplay, Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
One.
What? Get the aha! One. Those guys, their sensibility towards this type of material, it just works, man. I mean, these guys know how to do silly.
Yeah, they know how to take something that you would normally blow off and go, why are they even doing this?
Yeah.
And go like, hey, there's a reason to pay attention to this. Come back.
Exactly. And if you think they're just doing it with animation, let's not forget. Now, I think they wrote 21 Jump Street, right? The film adaptation.
I'm not sure. I know Jonah Hill is one of the writers on it.
Yeah, I don't think they directed it, but let's see here. Yeah, I think they were the.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they were the directors.
Well, that was another one of those properties where you're like, 21 Jump Street, who cares? I'm like, no, don't walk away so quickly.
Yeah, directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Okay.
They have that right kind of comedy.
Yeah.
Where they know how to bring something back, not take it too seriously, have some fun with it, but also be smart enough to know that, look, this is not all about, hey, remember this?
Yeah.
Hey, remember that?
Exactly.
And that's all they play off of. They actually put in clever jokes in writing.
Very true.
Whoever would have thought they would have been able to do that 21 Jump Street? I know you loved it.
I did. I mean, and I will say that from the trailer, even when I saw the trailer, I was like, I think this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Even though y'all threw eggs and rotten tomatoes at me.
I thought the movie was good when I saw it.
No.
For the trailer. Oh, yeah,
I came over here saying, like, I think that trailer looks good. You were like, you were fucking crazy.
Well, I was trying to stop you, man. You almost got arrested for actually trying to go undercover to high school. Remember that? Snap out of it, man. I love this movie. I'm going to live it. But the reason why it's so important to be silly with this is because that is the nature of what this movie is supposed to do. It's supposed to, the amazing thing that this movie does is that it gives you the feeling of playing with Legos
right
while you are watching it.
Yeah.
You're not even playing with it, you're watching it. And two things are accomplished here. They're playing on the memories of people, well, like me. I don't know if you played Lego yourself.
See, I had the old school Legos. It didn't come with all this cool shit the kids get these days. We had to actually use our imaginations. They didn't have the imagination already packed in the box.
Oh yeah, you're talking about rocks. Yeah. Yeah, those aren't too fun, man. You can only stack them so high. Your parents are cruel, man. Here, boy, I got some Legos. Can you pick that bag up?
But pick it up, you little faggot.
You don't deserve this toy. But oh, you're killing me, man. But they also.
My dad never called me that, by the way.
He called you worse things.
Yeah, much worse than that.
No, they also appeal to the kids who are currently playing with Legos.
Yeah.
Which I'm jealous of, you little assholes, because Legos are so much cooler than they were in my day.
Cooler. Way cooler.
I mean,
it does piss me off. I mean, every so often, you have a new one, or I'm in a store and I see something, and I'm like, God damn, like, sir, there's kids around. Sorry. But look at this.
I used to go to the toy store and even intimidate kids. Get out of here.
They got all of Gotham City in Legos. Come on.
Thing is,
it's like, well, you're an adult now. You can buy it. It's $300.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, man. That's why they made Star Wars Legos, to tap into that mindset of people who really love Star Wars.
Right.
Because ain't no kid gonna buy that for $300.
Well, that's the thing. It's almost like with Star Wars, like we've made an action figure of every character that's ever had a cameo in one of the movies.
Yeah.
Sat in the background, was in one of the novels, was in one of the comic books that nobody read. Mm-hmm. We got nowhere to go. And somebody came in and said, hey, man, what your kid doing over there? He's playing with the new Lego set I bought him. Did he just make a Millennium Falcon out of those? Yeah, he does stuff like that. Boys, I think we're back in business.
You were actually closer to something that we're going to talk about in trivia.
Oh, okay.
That you don't even realize.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you do know this story. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, these kids out there, man, they're playing with that. They get they tap into that childhood memory. Their parents, they get them to pay $500 for these fucking blocks. Meanwhile, you probably got the Millennium Falcon at home. You just ain't built it,
right?
You know? But yeah, and that is the genius behind this movie, man. What really makes me feel good about this movie is that even though it's silly, and even though they introduce this hero, because when you introduce a hero that no one likes him, everyone disregards him as just a nobody or just an average guy. I'm waiting for that moment for it to get overly sentimental.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't. There is a heartfelt moment in this film, but it feels sincere.
True.
And for all the silliness that was piled on top of it, there is a sincere moment where they're talking about the nature of being an adult, the nature of childhood relationships. I mean, this shit is deep, man.
It is. And it kills me that we can't talk about it because it's something I would want to bring up so bad.
I know. I know. I wish we could. I wish we could have like a spoiler discussion about this. Maybe one day we will. We start doing this.
Right.
Even though they have all this celebrity in here, the celebrity talent. Even though they have this budget, there's still moments when they know how to play it cheap too. You see things flying by on a string.
Right.
You hear somebody making a noise, and they want to show something flying.
Right. Yeah, which was baffling me until later when it's like, golly.
Yeah, the best way that I can really recommend this for people, if I was to sum it up, I would say imagine it as a very, very sincere, heartfelt robot chicken for kids.
Yes.
Like a tribute to something that they really love.
If you did a robot chicken, but you took all the cynicism out of it.
Exactly.
And I mean all of it.
Yeah.
Which is not easy because robot chicken is 85% cynicism.
Exactly.
And 15% action figures. But if you took all that out of it and just made it fun,
yeah,
that's what you'd have.
Yeah. It's a fun, crazy, but a heartfelt letter.
Yeah.
To Legos for everybody who love playing with Legos. And it has its problems here and there, like I said.
Yeah, like I said, like for me, up until we get to, with the meat of what it was about, I was like, I don't think this is bad, but it's so frenetic. It's constantly moving to a point where it won't settle down. Most of these jokes are just like not doing it for me. And it's hard to watch a movie where the main character, even when he's somebody clueless, like in The Matrix, okay, Neo is clueless as to what's going on, but he's not an idiot. It's hard to follow an idiot. And this main character here, he's kind of an idiot. And you're just like,
total dumbass.
God damn, man.
Yeah.
I need you to get it on some level.
Well, he was a Lego. Come on. Don't. His brain is this small, man.
Other Legos got it. I don't know what his problem was.
I'll close with two things. Everything is Awesome is a very catchy song.
Sure.
And even as a Lego character, even as a little Lego man, Liam Neeson will still whoop your ass.
That's true.
Liam Neeson is good cop, bad cop. Whenever I heard that voice, I say, I don't care if he is like an inch high, he will beat the shit out of you. I believe that he could have went to Istanbul and Taken 2 and beat everybody's ass as a Lego man. I want to see Taken 2 be that way. I want to see Liam Neeson as a Lego man go beat the shit out of people in whatever fucking country they kidnap people in Europe. But yes, take your kids and you yourself as an adult. If you're a child of the 80s, even 70s, even though Legos kind of sucked in the 70s, but if you ever play with Legos in your life, you and your children are going to enjoy this.
True.
The kids are going to watch this while they're playing with Legos. The movie's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it.
And hopefully you'll see it in 3D because they do some things with the 3D. Not a lot, but they're blocks, so it works. The only loser in this really is Will Arnett.
Why?
Because now his new movie is going to knock his old movie, Nut Job, out of the top 5.
Well, good. I even forgot that he was in Nut Job.
He is Nut Job.
Yeah, he was that squirrel.
He's the main character.
Of course, he was that
surly squirrel.
That dick squirrel that you love so much that you defend.
I do like that squirrel.
That asshole squirrel. Go listen to Nut Job, people. Martin and I get in an argument over the virtues of surly squirrel. A lack of virtues, in my opinion. So you would highly recommend this too?
Yeah. I don't know about highly, but I would recommend it.
Really? Now, I know we've already covered the movie, but why would you not highly recommend it?
Well, I mean, look, I do believe that most people are going to not just like it, but love it. But for me, there was a point where I did love it, but I spent the first half of it not loving it so much. Just liking it, but not loving it.
Well, you just stopped being a Lego racist and segregationist. We don't expect you to change 100% overnight.
You can't change overnight.
Yeah. Watch the movie, people. It's a lot of fun. Oh, look at this, Martin. Got some. I have some Lego trivia for you.
Almost got away.
Almost got away, but you didn't. And look, it's Legos, man. Got some trivia about the movie, but even more so about Legos.
Okay.
Some very interesting history behind Legos.
I'd like to hear that history.
Before we do that, though, we're going to talk about the movie. We did a lot of talk about Robot Chicken. Chris McKay, who's the Adult Swim director and producer, or a director and producer at Adult Swim, he is listed as the co-director for this movie, Martin.
Ah, well, here you go. Well, when they
co-animation director.
Well, I'm sure when they got ready to do this, they're like, who's the guy who knows about this?
Yeah.
Plus, the main thing they took from Robot Chicken is like how to do the mouth animations.
Yeah. For anybody who's a fan of stop motion, they really got it down well.
Yeah.
Here. And like I said, I think this was all done in CG, but they got the stop motion down very well. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's delicious. He's listed as animation co-director in this. Director Chris Miller. We talked about 80s Lego stuff.
Yeah.
The space village that he had from his play set when he was a kid, which I'm sure is in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's featured in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was that shitty looking one. You remember the astronaut? That was the 80s astronaut from the old set?
Yes.
The one that went crazy when he built that spaceship?
Yeah, voiced by Charlie Day.
Oh, that was. Yeah, it was very funny. Yeah. Inspired by his own set. Director Chris Miller's, that is. Now, here's some history about Legos, Martin.
Okay.
Legos were invented by Dutch carpenter Ole Kirk Christensen. Now, he almost went bankrupt with his company, but after a while, he said, you know what? I got so much wood left in here that nobody's buying. I'm just going to make toys out of them and sell them from my shop. Ain't nobody buying wood. Let me make them toys, and they'll buy wood that way.
Yeah.
So he hired a bunch of elves and brought them in. Now, you're thinking that's a sweet story.
Except that he really did go bankrupt and commit suicide.
You're close. Ooh, you're close. Do you know this story?
No, go ahead.
You're thinking, oh, what a sweet guy. What a toy maker.
He was bought out by Playmobil Jorgensen, who decided, and on top of making Playmobiles, maybe I'll try this Lego thing and sell it to America.
You thinking this guy's sweet old toy maker making toys for the kids, invented Lego, such a big part of my history. Turns out that old Kirk, he didn't invent the bricks. He was inspired by Kitty Craft self-locking building blocks. And this was by a British inventor, Hilary Fisher Page. Now, this is what happened. Old Kirk, or Ole Kirk, or whatever you want to, however you say his name, he was so inspired by this that he made exact copies of those bricks himself and called them automatic binding bricks. And this is in 1947. And thus, Legos were born. However, years later, Page committed suicide due to business troubles, and Lego bought the rights to Kitty Craft.
Oh.
I don't know if he had anything to do with her business troubles or his business troubles. I don't know if this is a guy or girl, woman or man, but they're not here no more.
Damn.
Yeah, committed suicide. I don't know how they did it. I think they hung
making a Lego knife.
I was about to say hung themselves from a Lego tree. Lego comes from the Dutch word, or the Dutch words, leg-got. L-E-G-G-O-D-T.
Like, but what did I just step on in the middle of the night?
Yeah, that's Dutch. Well, fuck. Boy, I told you to pick your shit up. No, it means play well.
Okay.
Lego figures were, now this is back in your day. Legos really weren't cool in the 70s. Lego figures were originally released in 1978. Now, I'm talking about the little figures.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
Not the bricks.
I had Legos back in 1972.
Now, the little people.
Okay.
Now, you probably confuse them. This is why you don't remember. You probably confuse them for Lego bricks, too, because they didn't have movable arms and legs.
Well, that's the thing, man. If you wanted Lego people, you had to make them out of bricks.
Well, that's the thing. Their bodies were pretty much bricks, man. They weren't cool like today. They had the arms and legs that you can bend and all that kind of stuff.
I spent all afternoon making some kind of crazy structure and then step back and look at it. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Just knock it down.
Knock that shit down. Like I'll call me to come do it for you. I love doing that. Now, their faces were always happy and yellow because they wanted them to be always happy and they didn't want them to have any real race or gender.
Sure, like the Simpsons.
There you go. They were the original Simpsons. Now, in the 1980s, the figures were eventually given different expressions with the release of Lego Pirates. And they were also given different skin colors. Which brings us to our trivia questions.
Okay. All right.
Question. I got two of them. And the reason why I have two of them because I think they're easy. But question number one. What sport was it that brought the change in skin color to Lego figures?
Soccer.
I thought you would know this.
Oh.
Basketball.
Basketball?
You can't have a whole Lego basketball team without some black people on there.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Come on now.
Well, when I think of soccer, I always think of Brazil and Mexico where everybody's brown. But then you got Germany and whatnot. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. Basketball, that makes sense.
I give you time to, you don't have to answer right away.
Okay.
You have some time to think about these.
Well, I'm thinking more international.
You don't get no more international than yellow. Asian. Asian people everywhere. I like the way, we don't want them having no race, but they all look like Asian to me. Okay, now, if if you really think about this, and I want you to take your time, because if you think about this and you can figure it out. Question number 2. Lego figures, they now have holes at the top of their heads. Why is that?
So they can change hairstyles or wigs, as the case were.
Boy, I told you, take your time and think about it. See, you're too eager.
Was it for the hats?
No, okay, I get it. I see why you're thinking this way. I didn't say a knob. I said a hole.
Oh, a hole.
A hole, not a knob. I'll even give you a second chance. Not a knob that you can fit a Lego on, but a hole. Like there's a hole going right through their head.
If it's not so they can change hats and hairstyles, I really don't know.
You give up?
Yeah, I do.
They have holes in them in case children swallow them and they can still breathe.
Oh, a hole that goes all the way through.
I just said that.
Oh,
I said right through.
man. So the
You
kids
don't
can still breathe. That's retarded. What if it turns sideways?
Then you fucked.
Yeah. Man, your kid was just gonna die.
Yeah. And your kid going to Lego heaven. All right, man. That is our review, and that is our trivia, and that is our question game right there. We love the Lego movie. I love it. I don't know if you love it.
I liked it quite a bit.
You like it. He'll come around, people.
I mean, I'll come around. I'll watch it a second time and just be crying the whole time. Like, I get it. My father never hugged me.
Hopefully in years you'll have a daughter and you'll allow her to marry a Lego man one day.
Hey, man, in a few years, that'll be the new race.
That'll be, yeah. Y'all thinking of robots that all gonna be made out of Legos.
Right.
A sex robot?
Got to start somewhere.
They will have a different hole for you. It's gonna be a different question in a few years.
It'll be a Lego robot, but it'll have Scarlett Johansson's voice. So that'll be enough.
I'm gonna build 10 of them. All right, man. If you want to find us, you can find our reviews in our podcast here on SoundCloud temporarily until we find our permanent home. But if you want to reach us, you want to contact us, Martin, you can contact me on Gmail at KCOOLMANZ Coolmans at gmail.com. Look me up on Twitter. Look me up on Facebook. Send me some messages. Ask me some questions. And Martin, they can do the same thing with you. Where can
They can. They can find me on Facebook as well, or they can go to Twitter and look for Martin_Nofro. Send me questions. We get them in on our on one of our podcasts.
But if you get a little Martin figure, like a little Martin Lego figure, you can actually put the afro on him through that so-called hole on the top of his head. All right. That is it, Martin. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Martin.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, I love this song.
Everything is awesome.